Don't start a business until you watch this video, and save this video, because there'll be times when you're going to need to look at this video again. These are things they don't teach you in school. There's about 8 things not to be. 8 things not to be, and of course some things that you want to do contrary to that. Okay, now these are sneaky little things that will trip you up and cause you a lot of struggle, and it will take you forever to get your business going unless you nail these things up front. Okay, so there's about 8 of them. So take some notes, and I'm going to make a couple of assumptions. By the way, if you want to get some fast track yourself into building your business and getting it up to speed quickly, go to blairsinger.com/plan and let us sit down and help you with that. Go check it out and we can give you some help. Okay, so a couple of assumptions. Assumption number one is that you've got a decent idea. You've got a problem that you think you can solve that a lot of people have. Perhaps that a lot of people have back pain and you want to learn to be a chiropractor to solve that problem. A lot of people have rotten teeth and you want to become a dentist to solve that problem. Or there's a lot of people that have no money, so you want to teach people how to manage money and how to be financially literate. Whatever it is. Okay, we're going to assume that, and we're also going to assume that you know who you're talking to. Who are the people that you're talking to? If you're talking to 75-year-olds or you're talking to 25-year-olds, okay, there's a big difference. So we're going to put that aside for right now, but I'm going to assume that you're going to do that because that's the obvious things that you want to know before you start your business or as you're developing your business, but that's not included here. So this is the video you got to watch before you even start your business. 8 things not to be. Okay, so number one is this. You got to have a damn good reason why you want to do this. So don't be a person that has no why. Don't be a person that says, I just want to do this solely to become financially free. Good reason, but not the only reason. Okay. In other words, I want to be financially free, which is your best bet to have your own business to do that. But make a list of all the reasons why you want to do it. And when you exhaust that list, make up a new list. Because there are going to be bad days. There are going to be bad days. I'm going to tell you that right now, just like with anything. And it's those whys that are going to get you through it. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, the reason people fail in their business is because they don't have a plan. They don't have a plan. They have a goal, or they have a wish. They even have a vision, but a goal is not a plan. A vision is not a plan. Okay, it's an idea. It gets you excited. That's good. It's kind of like a mission, but they don't have a plan. They don't have a plan. And the way you create a plan is very important, because no plan is a plan to fail. Okay, and plans never go according to plan. We know all that too. But one of the things that causes so many businesses to fail, and as you know the statistics, over 80% fail in 3 years, and more people are getting into business by themselves now because they don't want to go back to work. They want to work at home. They want to do their own thing. And most of them will fail. As what's happening is people are now crowding back into the marketplace because they don't know what they're doing. They don't have the financial literacy, excuse me, and they did not watch this video. Okay. So you got to have a plan. And I'm talking about a detailed visual plan. We call it a PERT chart. PERT chart. Okay, so check that out. Again, go to blairsinger.com, and there's a whole section on how to plan there. Okay, so go check that out. Excuse me. All right. So what have we covered? Okay, number one, the reason that people don't do well is because they don't have enough whys. Okay, or they don't have a plan. Okay, that's 2. Now let's look at number 3. What's number 3? Number 3 is that the people that don't do well with this, that get tripped up, is because they don't have mentors, coaches, friends, or advisors. Let's put it under the category of advisors. What's an advisor? An advisor is somebody that has a level of expertise in a certain area that you can physically talk to, that you can have interchange with. Okay? People want to go into business because I'm tired of doing this and I want to break out on my own. Okay. My own, all the wrong languages, because that thought that I got to do it on my own is going to stop you from reaching out for support and help. Okay. So don't be a person that wants to do it alone. Don't be a person that thinks, I'm going to get this down first and then I'm going to go look for help. Don't do that because you will fail. Okay. So be a person that reaches out for advisors and friends and mentors and networks and gets good advice all the time, not just when you start your business, but as you build it. Okay. That's number 3. So what was 1? Lots of whys. Got to have lots of whys. Number 2, got to have a plan, a visual, detailed plan that starts in the future and with your vision and goal, which is not a plan, and works your way backwards. Okay. To the present time. Okay. Dates and times and all that kind of good stuff. All right. Number 4, the problem is that people don't like being students. They don't like being a student. So the don't be is they don't like being a student. So what do? Become a great student. Have a student mindset. What's that mean? That means that you research everything in your area. You know, if you're teaching people about money, research everything you can about money, about financial statements, about passive, active income, earned income, taxes. You don't have to be an expert on all of it, but be excited about learning it so that when people start talking to you, your veins bulge in your neck and you get really animated about it. Okay. Be a student all the time. Not just, look, I've been in business over 35 years. I'm going to tell you, I'm still a student. I never hold that I've learned even a fraction of what I could learn. That's why all these books here, keep reading and learning and studying and videos, okay? Keep doing that. Again, this is not taught in school. Number 5, reason people don't make it in business is because they don't have a plan or they don't have an idea how to scale their business. They don't have an idea how to scale their business. What do I mean by that? In other words, if you don't have a plan from the beginning, to listen to me closely, if you don't have a plan to scale your business, I'm coaching one of my trainers in Taiwan just yesterday, and he said, you know, I'm tired of doing it on my own. He goes, I'm really good at what I do, making good money, but I'm tired of doing this on my own. I go, well, your business is doing exactly what you designed it to do. No, that's not what I designed. Yeah, that's maybe not what you said you wanted, but that's how you designed it. So from the beginning, design, how are you going to scale it? What do I mean by scale? That you can add as much growth to it as possible and you'll continue to grow without collapsing. Okay. So again, what would that look like? So to scale your business, maybe you're a product-based business. This is a big lesson. This is a big lesson for you guys that are trainers. You have a product that you can build as much product as you want and sell as much as you want. You don't have to add any more manpower to that. That's scale. Okay. You have other people, you have affiliates, you have joint ventures, you have all these ways, but have a plan in the beginning. Because if you don't have it, if you don't build it into the framework of the structure of the engine in the very beginning, 3, 5 years, 10 years down the road, you're going to have a machine that works really well based upon the design you designed it on day one. Okay, that's what's going to happen. And you may be frustrated with your business, but it's not your business's fault. It's the way it was built because it wasn't built with scale. Okay, again, we have an Apex program. Go to, let me put this up here on the ticker here. If you go to blairsinger.com/plan, sit down with us and we'll help you create the plan, help you teach you how to scale that. That's one of the things we do. Okay. All right. So let's review quickly. Number 1, don't start a business to watch this. And again, watch it more than once. So here's why I want you to watch it. By the way, watch it, share it. If you know somebody that's struggling right now, if you're struggling or you know somebody else is struggling and can't make decisions, say, look, just do me a favor. Watch this video, get your head on straight, and then let's talk about it a little bit. Debrief it with them, okay? Share this video. Better yet, get them to subscribe because remember, you got to have the student mindset. You got to have the student mindset. And this stuff, I guarantee you, people are not teaching other places. You might think, yeah, Blair, it's not that big of a deal. I already understand. No, you don't. You don't friggin' understand it. How do I know? Because every time I think I understand it, it trips me up. You've got to be vigilant. Vigilant. What's vigilant mean? You got to be constantly on the lookout for your own little voice that will sabotage you and get in your way. And you won't even know it. I'll do it myself. I got to figure this out on All that stuff is what keeps you small and keeps you struggling and keeps you frustrated, okay? All right. They don't have a plan. They don't have advisors. They don't like being a student. They don't have no idea about scaling. They just have, again, the big thing is that people have a vision and a goal, but a goal, everybody says goals, got to set goals. Yeah, you got to set goals, but a goal is not enough. It's not. It will set you up for frustration. I'm going to make $1 million, but that $1 million keeps going further and further away if you don't have the plan, a detailed plan. Now, it'll never go according to plan. We know that, but you got to start with one as a template. Otherwise, you get distracted here, there, and everywhere, okay? All right, where are we? Number 6, one of the reasons people don't succeed in this business from the very beginning is they don't like being on teams. They like doing it on their own. Well, once I need a team, I'll get one. No. Start with a team. Start with a team in mind. Take on a project that there's no way you can do by yourself. The problem with teaching is you can actually do that by yourself. So set it up in a way that, like with me, I said, I want to teach, but I want to teach all over the world. Now, I can't personally do it all over the world. So I had to get other people, teach other people to teach what I teach, to teach what I teach, to teach other people to teach. So that's why we have a bigger business, and I don't have to do things all on my own. Does that make sense? Okay, so start with a team. Even if you're not a team player, become one. If you're not a team player, then maybe you shouldn't become an entrepreneur. Okay, because business, as my friend Robert Kiyosaki says, is a team sport. It's not an individual sport. Climbing Mount Kilimanjaro is a team sport. Let me say one thing about teams. Teams, I said this in a prior video. Team, you still have to do the work. That's not what I'm talking about. Everybody that goes to the top of Kilimanjaro says, I could not have made it up here without our team. Now, did the team climb for them? No. Does the team build your business for you? No. They'll help you. They support you. They have an integral part in it, but you still have to do it. You can't abdicate your responsibility. I got a team and it's all being done out there and I'm going to the beach. That is a myth, my friend. Now, if you want to be a full-time investor, you might be able to do that, but even the people that I know that are full-time investors, they work it. They work it, which is one of the next things I'm going to cover here, okay? You got to love to be supported. Number 7. Oh, yeah, this is a good one. Number 7. If you don't like making mistakes, if you don't like being embarrassed, if you don't like changing rapidly, if you don't like people making fun of you or laughing at you, stop now. Do not go into business. Don't do it. I'm telling you, because you will be embarrassed. You will make a lot of mistakes. You will need to change quickly, and you got to learn to love it. You got to learn to take it. You got to learn, if you've got a thin skin, develop a thick one. My son wants to be an entrepreneur. So the first thing I told him is go learn to sell. And he's out on the street selling door to door, selling water door to door to people, and taking lots and lots of rejection to build a thick skin so that when he's now selling something with more value, that's one of his dreams, he won't be distracted by it. Okay. One of the sneaky little voice, little voice, I'm talking about this little voice, one of the sneaky little voice issues is a lot of people are very embarrassed. They're embarrassed in front of advisors. That's why they don't want to have an advisor. They're embarrassed in front of a team because they don't feel they know everything yet. So that embarrasses them. They're embarrassed to make a mistake publicly. They don't want to do something out in public because they're embarrassed. So this embarrassment issue is the fear of making mistakes, the fear of looking stupid. I always tell people say, well, you should not be afraid of making mistakes. I don't think people are actually afraid of making mistakes. Think about it. I think what people are afraid of are looking like an idiot. Let me ask you, how many of you, would you ever have a problem with looking 100% completely stupid in front of a lot of people? Of course you would. Most people don't like that. Okay. All right. So again, work on that. If you don't like making mistakes and changing quickly, and by the way, the solution to that is to keep moving. Keep moving. Don't stop. Don't stop and contemplate your mistake. Don't stop and figure, what am I going to do next? Just go out and do something. Keep moving. Because what will happen is if you keep moving, your brain will be occupied with the movement. If you stop, your brain will be occupied with the embarrassment and with the mistake making and the failure. Okay? This is a tip, priceless tip. Keep moving. Don't just sit in your office and think about it, worry about it, anticipate about it. Keep moving. Okay? All right. So that's 7 of them. There was one more. Yes. The last one, most important of all. Quick review. Got to have a lot of reasons why. Got to have a physical, visual plan that gets you to the goal. Okay? How to lay that out. Again, go to blairsinger.com/plan. We can help you do that. Go check that out. Okay? Don't have advisors. Get it. Make sure you have advisors. Love being a student. Understand that scaling needs to be thought about and built into the structure. Even if you're not scaled in the beginning, you got to start building it in the very beginning of the business. Because if you go down the other road and think, I will scale later when I'm ready, your machine of your business has already been built, and trying to now reinsert and retrofit that engine is going to be very, very difficult. Why? Because you have habits, you have routines, you have systems that are now built around you or built around non-scaling. So think about that early on, okay? Love teams and be willing to be supported. Make yourself an affirmation that says, I now allow others to love and support me. I now allow others to love and support me. I now allow others to love and support me, okay? Just get that through your head, okay? Work on your embarrassment. Work on your embarrassment. Work on your fear of mistakes or whatever. But the biggest solution is you could do little voice mastery stuff. My book, Little Voice Mastery, right there. Little Voice Mastery give you 20 ways to do that. But most of all, keep moving. Keep moving. And number eight is this. If you want to start a business, quitting can never be your first option. I'll say it again. Quitting can never be your first choice in anything, not just in business. I work out pretty intensely, okay? And I work out with a very intense trainer. And he says this all the time. Quitting can never be your first choice. He says the reward to quitting is the pain ends immediately. That's the reward for quitting. The pain is over. You can kick back, take it easy, no problem. Okay? But what happens is that is a habit. So if you try to get healthy and you have a tendency to quit, fix that. Start working on that. Okay? If you have a trouble with relationships and you just want to run away from your relationships, or it's too hard and you don't like to confront problems or issues, and you rather walk away from those things, work on that stuff, because you're going to deal with that every single day, and you're going to get really, really, really good at it. You're going to get good at it, but you won't get good on it if you quit. Quitting can never be your first option, okay? The pain is eliminated, but the long-term suffering begins. My trainer, Matt Newton, says pain is unavoidable. I'll say it again. Pain in your health, pain in getting in shape, pain in making money, pain in a business is unavoidable. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to screw up. It's going to be painful. Okay? You cannot avoid it. You will not avoid it. But suffering is optional. Suffering. What's suffering? Suffering is quitting and wondering what would have happened had I not quit. That's suffering. Or if I gave up on my dream, that's suffering. Or if I keep avoiding the issue, that's suffering. Face the pain early and often and deal with it, and you'll find out that in 75% of the time, what you're worried about doesn't even happen. And in the other 25%, it's not nearly as bad as you thought it was going to be. Okay? So don't worry about that. Develop courage. Develop courage. That goes on with in opposition to quitting. Develop courage. And what's courage? Courage is not bravado. I got this. No. Courage is when you're scared to death and you keep moving forward anyway. I'll say it again. Courage, this was taught to me by Tom Spooner, an amazing trainer, amazing warrior, an amazing human being who fought in Afghanistan, several tours of duty over there. He said, Blair, courage is not bravado. Courage is when the threat is in your face, whether it's the threat of losing money, the threat of embarrassment, the threat of failing, the threat of being confused, the threat of, life or death, whatever the fear is, and still taking a step forward. Still taking a step forward. That's the difference. That's courage. So at the end of the day, my friends, at the end of the day, it's not so much your business. Is that if you can follow these 8 do's, avoid the 8 don'ts, and do the 8 do's that we talked about here, that nobody teaches you, that it will take you 10 years to figure some of this stuff out in your own experience. Trust me. Okay. It's taken me even longer than that to figure some of this out. That at the end of the day, whether your business succeeds or fails, you will become the person you want to become. You will become the person that you want to become. The person that has lots of whys, has a great plan, has lots of advisors and support, is an eternal student, understands scaling. All the things that I talked about, has learned how to deal with mistakes elegantly and professionally. Okay. So hopefully you got something out of this. If you have, please share this video with other people. Share it with them, because there are people that need to hear 1 or 2 lines out of this video. Send it to them. Get them to come. Subscribe to this channel, whatever channel you're watching this on, and stay tuned, because every week I got a new one. And by the way, if you want some really great free content on this, on how to present, how to overcome your little voices, check this one out. Go to bsta.tv, bsta.tv.com. If you want to learn some free content there about how to make a killer presentation and earn respect in like 2 or 3 minutes, no matter where you are, no matter what kind of a sales situation you're in, and some other stuff on how to get your little voice to stop shooting you in the foot. So go to bsta.tv to check some of that stuff out. And again, thank you guys. If you have comments, send them in. I'll do my best to answer some of those questions. All right. So don't start a business until you watch this. Watch it again. And in there, you're going to find a couple of things that go, ooh, ooh, ooh. And that's a good thing. Be awesome.